Welcome back, Flare community. Today we're going to talk about EXFI, the next stages, and more specifically, the gamma phase. So last night, very early in the morning for me, I did actually identify a new EXFI token which was being distributed. And this is the address here. And if we click on the Songbird Explorer, we can see that this is still actually ongoing. As we can look at the top here, there are around 140,000 addresses which have already received EXFI. So by my calculations, as there are around 300,000 addresses holding Songbird, it's likely that we are about halfway through the airdrop. Now, the first half of this airdrop took 12 hours, so you can assume that the remainder of the airdrop will conclude in around 12 hours' time. We actually got some news from DeFi Oracles, and they did give us a reminder that all decentralized applications deployed on the experimental finance platform are preparation for a smooth launch on the Flare mainnet. Once completed successfully, the tools are ready to be redeployed without issue. The team did not put this here to hide behind it, and they are referring to this message. You are using an experimental product suite on a Songbird Canary network. Please be aware of the inherent risks involved. And I would just like to reiterate this. The Songbird network is a Canary network. It's a way for developers to iron out the kinks before they launch on the Songbird network itself. So with that being said, I want to jump into the meat of this video, and that is this new Medium blog by Flare Finance themselves. Experimental Finance, welcome to the gamma phase. Let's jump in. Let's start with the information on airdrop delays, everyone's favorite topic. Due to the community uproar in regards to the ratio and airdrop completion time, we felt it was necessary to provide a post-mortem on the misfire to make things as clear as possible and transparent too. The pre-announced airdrop ratio was expressly stated as an estimate. At the time, we were undecided on airdropping to the Flare Foundation and also planning to burn all of the tokens from exchanges who didn't participate. Since that time, we have spoken with many exchanges, which changed our perspective. We found that exchanges were not against distributing the airdrop to their rightful owners due to a number of undesirable factors. With listing a new asset comes the need for a proper review to be conducted, including looking into security, regulatory factors, and scheduling issues that come with managing a new project with hundreds of thousands of new requests per day, live support, and also bug fixes. Centralized finance systems aren't malicious actors looking to steal from their customers, but have an enormous amount of responsibility as custodians to safely manage their customers' funds, meaning due diligence is not something they will rush. As the community continues rapidly to scale, we are learning some of these lessons firsthand. And that really is a great point. These centralized exchanges, they can't just list assets every time they appear. They have to do their due diligence and really ensure that the project is robust, it's very safe, thoroughly tested, and all that good stuff. It seems like the exchanges which Flare Finance have actually approached are willing to distribute the tokens, but that does not necessarily mean that they will list them. For these reasons, burning the exchange's tokens and thus taking the exchange's choice to wait and see away, we would likely be burning bridges to future support, which did not seem to be in the community's best interest. This being said, the only exchange that was removed entirely from the snapshot was Bitstamp, and their 195 million Songbird will not be included in the distribution. Besides this, the Flare Foundation was added to the snapshot to enable the Foundation the opportunity to burn or distribute the EXFI as Songbird Time Series Oracle rewards. This increased the amount of circulating supply from 9.5 billion to 15.7 billion, thus increasing the amount of needed Songbird to receive one EXFI. This resulted in the Foundation receiving close to 16 million EXFI. The Foundation may elect to do whatever they wish with that supply as they please. And in a recent tweet, this is what they actually said. We did not know that Flare Finance had not factored in the Flare Foundation to their calculation of the EXFI distribution. Previously, we had stated that the Flare Foundation will burn 75% of all EXFI it receives, so as to minimize impact on the community, the burn will be 100%. And I think that is a great move by the Flare Networks team. EXFI will now switch gears into supporting its primary and secondary governance tokens. That's the EXFI token and the SFIN token. The ratio that EXFI has been airdropped to Songbird holders is almost 393 Songbird per one EXFI. Now this ratio includes the entire circulating supply, wrapped Songbird supply, Flare Networks Limited and Flare Foundation supplies. The Flare Foundation and Flare Network Limited will decide what to do with their portion of the EXFI distributed to them. And as we saw above, the Flare Foundation will actually be burning 100% of their supply. As we scroll down here, in a Flare Finance tweet, they said, "Please know that we do understand the frustration that can come with an adjusted ratio. We would like to make you all aware of the fact that an improper ratio could mean that some do not receive the airdrop while others do. Please bear with us while we work to birth this new market." In addition to the distribution changes, they have also taken the time to remint the token, as I mentioned earlier, to ensure the initial distribution did not cause any ratio variances. Now, you can actually add this token here, and I will leave it in the description, and I went through the process of how to do so on a number of different wallets, that's MetaMask, Decent, and Ledger, in the video linked above. Now, we do already know the allocations, and we'll just quickly run through it here. So we have 40 million EXFI for the airdrop, 40 million for the yield cloud, 20 million for the foundation reserves, and 10 million for the team allocation. So what's the next steps? Now we can scroll down here and we can look at the EXFI Gamma launch procedure. And this is what I'm really excited about. The following will take place leading up to the launch of Flare Governance. EXFI will be distributed to all holders of Wrapped Songbird and Songbird, and this is happening right now. Flarex liquidity pools will open for all pairs against EXFI, and this is a really big thing. And for those of you who don't know about Flarex, this is the decentralized exchange, and at the minute it just has one pair. That's Songbird to Canary dollars. Now I really can't wait to see this open up, and you can also enter pools by providing liquidity, and this is what it means by EXFI being able to be added as liquidity pools. So let's jump back to the article. Flare farming pools will open for all liquidity pool token pairs from Flarex. 24 hours after farming and the liquidity pools are open, trading on Flarex will begin, and this is where we're going to get price discovery for the EXFI token. After trading begins, Flare Wrap will be deployed to bridge over ERC20 tokens, so that's USDT, USDC, and Ethereum, and I think this is going to bring such a large amount of liquidity from different assets. It's going to be really great, and I can't wait to see this Flare Wrap bring the liquidity into the space. 30 days after the launch of EXFI, EXFI loans will become available on Flare Loans to create Canary dollars using your EXFI. Flare Governance will launch after successful deployment of Canary dollar minting using EXFI. Then Flare Drop will follow the launch of the Governance module. And for those of you who don't know, Flare Drop is going to be Flare Finance's NFT module. Finally, Flare Mutual and Flare Mine will follow the successful launch of Flare Drop and Governance modules. So it looks like there is a lot happening in the coming weeks and months. I'm really excited about this, and I'm sure you guys are too. EXFI is not just going to be traded on Flarex, it's actually going to be traded on a number of centralized exchanges as well, so that's always something to look forward to. This is just your quick EXFI update. Rest assured I will be making tutorials once all of this functionality does come into effect. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching as always. If you're yet to subscribe, please feel free to do so. And until next time, I'm out.
Mission Control, we have liftoff.